2002, there was an article in our newspaper about the national designation of the Spanish Trail. And it's really one of the oldest trails in the West.
The Old Spanish Trail is in fact a corridor. It was a transit of points between distinct camping sites, and the travel that was in between those camping sites could have varied by several miles depending upon the water and the circumstance. But the Old Spanish Trail is different than any other trail, not only because it's a National Historic Trail, but differs primarily in the fact that as the Old Spanish Trail was traversed, the people were going from one place to another based upon geographic figures rather than cultural identification.
It occurred to me that since Cedar City is the crossroads of the three cultures that settled this part of the world, it would be interesting to have a music project that honored the three cultures, the Paiutes, the Hispanics, and the Mormon pioneers. We got a National Endowment of the Arts grant to help us fund a commissioned piece. I found two young composers that were absolutely amazing. They put an incredible amount of work into the research.
When we were beginning the research, we asked some of the professionals that knew very much about the Spanish Trail, and one of them discouraged us a little bit and said, I don't know why you'd want to write a symphony based on such a tragic story. And Marshall and I turned that around and we thought, no, why wouldn't we write music based on a tragic story? Why not tell that story?
We always, from the beginning, tried to tell a story through the Spanish Trail Suite. And we could accomplish that to an extent, but there's just always were some missing pieces. We didn't quite feel like the audience, the listeners, could quite understand the aspects of the story without really seeing the Spanish Trail for what it is.
We were working with the Orchestra of Southern Utah to produce a DVD of their Planets performance. They had leased our interactive 3D animation, which they were projecting behind their live performance. While we were there, they introduced us to the Spanish Trail Suite. Listening to this incredible music and being aware of all of the natural vistas and the beautiful scenery in Southern Utah, we thought this would be a wonderful opportunity to give viewers and the audience an experience of listening to this incredible music and seeing this magnificent scenery in a way that they had never seen it before.
Upon first listening to the Spanish Trail Suite, we all felt that it was much more cinematic. We didn't see images, stills, beautiful landscapes, things like that. No, we saw a story. We saw a story unfold in the music. And we thought, why not? Why not capture that story? Let's break the mold, and instead of it being a symphonic performance with some kind of video presentation that is usually slideshows, instead, let's tell a story. Let's make it cinematic. Let's take the journey.
If you think about combining this movie and music together, it's a pretty exciting package.
It ties to something much more intimate and emotional, the struggles and the triumphs of the individual that's making this journey.
I like how the video helps tell that story. The music does a good job of it, but the video takes it to such greater heights. It transcends what I think the music does on its own.
And we could not be happier with the way that it turned out, and we just hope that all that watch are captivated and mesmerized and understand a little bit more about the West and how it was colonized.
What makes this even more unique is that this is a collection of scenes that are timed in real time to the live orchestra performance. Someone sits backstage, follows the music score, and as the orchestra hits certain points in the score, they push a button which changes the scenes and brings in the new video scenes to perfectly coordinate and time with the live performance.
When I saw picture, the image, just something exactly I'm imagining when I play the music. It was just an incredible experience, amazing.
I think my personal favorite scene is right at the beginning when the flute is playing the sunrise motive. One of the most gorgeous sunsets that I can see. Steve and I came down to Southern Utah and drove the trail, and we watched the sunset. And we just hoped that people could imagine it. They don't have to imagine anymore. They can experience that sunset.
people told me when they saw the picture, listen to music, moving them to tears.
For me, I love just thinking about an audience coming to a symphony hall and thinking, I'm gonna come see a movie. You know, I want to see a movie. And they come and they get the movie, but they also get the music with the movie. And to me, that's exciting because you're going to get some people in the symphony hall that perchance may not come for just a symphony, but would come for a movie with a symphony along with it.
In a way, Steve and I have talked about how this project is just like film score, but in reverse, where normally you write music to the video to make it fit, but this is so innovative in that it's footage and clips and nature in the Spanish Trail telling the story that the music, how the music was composed.
This is kind of a hope for me when I see this sort of a presentation where it can be presented to a general audience without distracting and without ruining the music, with still leaving room for imagination.